for Hawaii. You're watching Wake Up Today.
Well, many Americans are feeling what some economists are calling inflation fatigue. Prices remain elevated and household budgets are stretched. The Better Business Bureau says people are adapting, but not always in ways that are good for their long-term financial health. Joining us with the details is Cameron Nakashima from the Better Business Bureau. Good morning, Cameron.
Good morning, Brian.
Man, my wallet is taking a beating this year. It's the inflation, it's pretty bad. So the first question is, what is the BBB seeing when it comes to inflation fatigue?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are feeling that same thing, Brian, because these higher prices, they've stopped feeling temporary. And a lot of people are feeling that worn down by that. A lot of them are feeling, as the name suggests, fatigued financially. Customers have spent years adjusting to more expensive groceries, higher utility bills, rising insurance costs, and really increased prices across nearly every category of spending. And this kind of a long form financial pressure has changed shopper behavior. People are cutting back, they're delaying purchases, they're sometimes dipping into savings, and in many cases, unfortunately, relying more heavily on credit cards just to keep up.
So you're talking about different ways. So yeah, so there are different ways that we are shopping due to inflation fatigue.
Yeah, absolutely. So, one big change that we're seeing is that people are increasingly focused on price and less focused on trust. So they're rushing in. They see that there's a new business that just opened up. Many cases, it's a new one that pops up online, and the price that they're seeing there is lower than what they're used to. So they're hopping right on it, not prioritizing trust, prioritizing price, which can be a little bit dangerous. The second thing that we're seeing is that urgent dips in pricing, these flash sale types of tactics are becoming more persuasive. And that happens anytime that there's economic pressure, right? So you get those countdown clock timers on those websites that are saying, hey, you can get 50% off today, 80% off today. Because of that need for savings for a lot of people, they're more inclined to bite on that hook of a deal more than they maybe would be otherwise. And then finally, pardon me, inflation fatigue is what I was trying to say. That's costing people more than just money. It's also costing them time. People are spending a lot of time comparison shopping, again, not for which business maybe is the best, but really what's going to get them the most savings.
Okay, so let's try to look at the bright side a little bit. If this is the bright side, how are consumers adapting, and what habits, Cameron, make the most sense right now?
Absolutely. As a result of what we just talked about, a lot of people are coming to us. That is the bright side. They're coming to us and they're saying that they're becoming smarter shoppers, they're becoming savvier shoppers. And here's a few ways that they're doing that. So first of all, they are more value oriented. So we're taking what I mentioned earlier and we're flipping it. So instead of looking at just the price, we're looking at the long-term value. So this means, if you go to the grocery store, you're being mindful of shrinkflation. And so you're looking at maybe the cost per ounce of a product, not just the bag or the box as a whole. When you're looking at businesses to hire, you're looking at ones that have a good reputation for delivering on their promises, not just the one that's going to get you that 20% off coupon this week. So that's the number one thing. Second to that is auditing their own spending habits for what we call spending creep. And actually, my wife and I, we just did this last month. There was an app that we downloaded, and there's plenty of ways that people can do this. But essentially, you're looking at your bank statements for the past quarter, maybe the last 6 months or year, and saying where are the areas that those little bills can add up. Most people are aware of those big decisions that are coming in every month, or those big bills, but those little ones, those subscriptions here and there, or maybe you're going out to lunch a little bit more than you should. All of those are ways that people can really get smarter and more intentional about their spending. And then the last piece of advice we have is to build a list of kind of pre-vetted businesses that you rely on, especially for those high ticket purchases. So everybody knows that they're going to need a mechanic, right? And somebody you can trust. If you own a house or if you're leasing, you want to make sure you have a handyman that you can trust when things go wrong. So, outside of those situations where you're stressed or rushed or desperate to hire the first person you can find, having those people that you can trust, doing the homework ahead of time using platforms like BBB.org or other review sites that you can do that research. That's really going to help you so that you're prepared so you don't end up making those costly mistakes or running into scams.
Yeah, inflation fatigue. Cameron Nakashima from the Better Business Bureau, thank you again for sharing all that information, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. See you next week.
All right, inflation fatigue. Coming up next, a quick check on morning traffic conditions, and just ahead, Brittany will have your full forecast. Keep it right here. Wake up today. We'll be right back.